Hello and welcome to Joe's Math Tools. In our session today, we are adding a whole number and a mixed fraction. But in this session, we're going to be converting our whole number into its fraction form. And if you're ready to see how this is done, let's get started. So in our example today, we are going to be adding our whole number to a mixed fraction, but we're going to be changing our whole number into its fraction form. Now, whenever you are adding a whole number to a mixed fraction, you can work the fraction out as is. But if you feel more comfortable changing that whole number into a fraction, remember that every whole number has a denominator of 1. So that means that my whole number will be placed as a fraction with 1 in its denominator. And now that we have changed our whole number into its fraction form, we will be adding that to the mixed fraction. And because we are now adding two fractions, which is our 2 to the first and 4/5, and we need them to have an equivalent, or we need them to have the same denominator, I need to find the LCD of 1 and 5. And of course, the LCD of 1 and 5 is going to be the number 5. So that means that I need to now change both fractions to where they have a denominator of 5. And luckily for us, our mixed fraction already has a denominator of 5, so we don't need to change that fraction. We will be leaving that as is. But my 2 to the first, I will need to change it to a denominator where 5 is in its denominator. I remember that we multiply 1 times 5 to get 5 in our denominator. Therefore, we must multiply 2 times 5, which will equal to 10. So our new fraction will be 10/5, and that fraction is going to be added to our mixed fraction of 1 and 4/5. So now I'm going, since my whole number doesn't have any number to add it to, I will be putting my whole number back. We will be adding our fractions of 10/5, which is being added to 4/5, which will equal to 14/5. I remember that because 14/5 is an improper fraction, we are going to need to change that fraction into its mixed fraction form, and we're going to do that by dividing our 5 into our numerator of 14, and 5 will divide into 14 twice. 2 times 5 will equal to 10, and 10 minus from 14 will equal to 4. So our mixed fraction will be 2 and 4/5. Now at this point, because I am replacing 2 and 4/5 with 14/5, remember that with your whole numbers and your fraction, this simply means that remember that whenever we have our whole number, which is 1 and 14/5, this simply means that 1 is being added to 14/5. This is what this fraction looks like when it's separated. So now what I'm going to do is take my 1, I'm going to input my 2 and 4/5. These two numbers, which is my whole numbers, will be added together. So 1 plus 2 will equal to 3. And then we will just return back our fractional part. And after all of this lovely working that we did, our solution is going to be 3 and 4/5. And if you saw part 1 of this fraction where we did the working, you saw that we got through this a whole lot quicker than what we are doing now. But this is just another step that you can use, or another variation to the working that you can use to still obtain the same answer. Remember that for this fraction, there is another way that we can work this out, which I will demonstrate in the part 3. So make sure that you stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in the next video right here on Jules Math Tools, where we make math easy.